peace, 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 and divine blessings. Take a deep breath with me if you can. Peace, 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 and divine blessings. Take a moment to center yourself. All praise is due to the one most high divine for love, light, and life, for peace, prosperity, and power, for blessings, for bliss, for awareness, for surrender, for empathy, for compassion, for grace, for mercy, for love, for love, for love, for love, for love, for love. My voice is a little weird because I'm getting over a cold and I'm still dealing with a little bit of it, but it's just about gone, praise God. I am very grateful in this moment to have this moment to share. Oh, what a beautiful day we had yesterday. The sun was shining, the temperatures were high, and we had some great family who are also friends join us, and we had an amazing day. And I'm looking around my apartment at all my plants that are thriving, and it makes me feel so very grateful. And I'm looking at the color behind me and the color of the couch and the color of my chairs, and it makes me very happy and very grateful. Just being able to take a breath today makes me so very grateful. Circulation running through my veins, blood running through my veins, the ability to move my limbs, my heart beating. So very grateful. My husband woke up this morning, limbs moving, blood circulating, laughter. I'm so very grateful. Family and friends are well, and I'm so very grateful. The world around us may be spinning. The world that we knew may be falling apart. Some of us may be falling apart from the inside, putting on a strong face. Some of us may be purposefully dissecting and pulling apart ourselves so we can rebuild. I see the world as such, being purposefully taken apart so that we, those of us who sincerely and truly love, can rebuild it. I see so many people living with pain and trauma. One of the major conversations that I was having with my family yesterday was the pain and trauma that lives inside of our bodies, causes disease, and controls our heart and mind. Or we allow it to control our heart and mind. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes it's a behavior that we are aware of but don't know how to change. Our traumas inform how we deal with one another, how we live in the world, and how we treat ourselves. Most importantly, how we treat ourselves. Because the trauma that we think we are enacting upon someone else is a reflection of what we are doing to ourselves. The trauma that we see in the world is a reflection of what we are holding inside, what we are living with, mentally, physically, spiritually, and what we are ignoring what we are allowing to fester, what we are not addressing. Are you addressing your pain? Are you addressing your trauma? Are you dissecting, pulling apart, taking a look inside and asking yourself, where did this come from? How did this get there? What purpose is it serving me? How do I let it go? We're all about the conversation of empathy, compassion, acceptance, and surrender here. And often we go through something that is so painful and so so out of our control that we want to blame everyone around us. We want to cut everyone off. We want to go inside and bury ourselves, or we want to excise the people or the things that we think are causing us harm. And a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, that is not how to address the issue. A lot of times, most of the time, I would say, that doesn't bring us understanding or closure. It leaves us in a space trying to cut off the things that we perceive to have caused us trauma. Doesn't bring us resolution. Doesn't bring us understanding. We still sit with the ideas about why that trauma happened, about how that trauma happened, about why we were not protected, and we enact that pain inside, internally. It festers inside. Understanding, especially in a relationship dynamic, comes through conversation. Understanding comes through seeing a whole thing, not just the part of it that you were impacted by. Seeing the entire picture. And in order to see the entire picture, you have to hear, you have to listen, you have to ask questions of those around you. Sometimes that may mean literally asking a question to a person, family, friend, foe even. And sometimes that just means taking a step back and asking the question, what was happening in the world of these people around me that would cause them to do this thing that impacted me? What was happening in my father's world when he decided, not my father, I'm just using that as an example. What was happening in my father's world when he decided to leave the family? Was he sick? Was he suffering from addiction? Was he in jail? Did he go off to the service, what was happening in his family dynamic? What was happening with his parents, with his siblings? Painting the picture, seeing the entire conversation, seeing the entire dynamic that then impacted you is what brings you understanding. But guess what? Sometimes you're not going to have the luxury of being able to literally ask that person or ask people around you. Sometimes you have to be able to take a step back and look at the humanity in yourself and in those around you. Look at the humanity. Look at your flaws. Look at your mistakes. Look at the decisions you've made that may have negatively impacted someone else, that may have negatively impacted you. What decisions did you make that harmed you in your life? Once you can take accountability for that, once you can see yourself as a whole person, you can then see those around you as whole people. You can then start to infer that the people around you had traumas. The people around you were running away from situations. The people who gave birth to you, who brought you into the world, who raised you, biological or adoptive, they all have a story to tell. There's no one in the world that does not have a backstory. And we're all connected through the stories we tell. Our lineage goes so far back, and we still hold the bloodline of people who are hundreds of thousands years old. So why would we think that in one generation we can heal, or in one conversation, or in one situation we can heal everything that we are dealing with as individuals, as a family, as a community, as a nation? It takes a concerted and constant effort to find your humanity, to then see the humanity in others, to find compassion for yourself, to then provide compassion to each other, to find empathy for yourself, to then find empathy for others, to find acceptance for yourself, and then find acceptance for others, to surrender yourself so that you can surrender the idea of what you perceive other people to be in your world. We don't all subscribe to the values of our parents. We don't all subscribe to the values of our nation. We actively work, I hope everyone here actively works to change in them the things that they find do not work, that they learned from their parents or from their grandparents or from their guardians, whether adoptive or biological. I hope that everyone here takes the time to analyze the social ideas that we have been taught, the patriarchy that we have been taught, the capitalism that we have been taught, the individualism that we have been taught. I hope we all take the time to analyze these things and ask ourselves, where is the value in those ideas? Where is the joy in those ideas? Where is the truth in those ideas? I hope we're all taking the time to analyze how it is we got here, so that we can seek to find the path away from here, the path towards a better and brighter future, the path towards a greater personal self, the path towards a greater personal family, the path towards a greater community, so on and so forth. We know how this goes. Our world around us is just a macrocosm of the world within us. And if we're not taking responsibility, if we're not taking the time to learn, to analyze, to seek understanding, to listen, how do we bring our minds, our bodies, our spirits to this understanding so that we can be one in mind, body, and spirit? How do we move forward? How do we actually surrender, let go, find compassion? How do we do these things when we're angry, when we're frustrated, when we're sad, when we're depressed? There's so many ways, there's so many roads to this light. There's so many paths, but I want to leave you with one, and that is your breath. I want to leave you with just a quick and short breathing exercise that a yogi friend of mine taught me recently, actually, and that is the 4-7-8 breath. That is the breath that you breathe in. You breathe in as much air as you can in 4 seconds. You hold that breath for 7 seconds. You release it in 8 seconds so that you're always giving back more than you're receiving. And you're holding it for as long as you need, but not for longer than you give it. Our breath is so crucial to our lives. It's involuntary. Without it, we die. But the collective breath of our family, our nuclear family, our extended family, our community, our neighborhood, if we can extend our breathing, if we can breathe together, we can extend our life, we can extend our strength, we can extend our power, starting with the nuclear family, of course. Excuse me. So we're going to take this breath before we go. We're going to breathe in 4 seconds, off, in and out through the nose. And we're going to hold it for 7 seconds. We're going to let it out in 8 seconds. And we're going to do this cycle 3 times. Starting with your breath in 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time, breathing in. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe normally through your nose. If you closed your eyes, you can open them. Breathing normally and just feeling the power of your breath integrate throughout your body. The stillness that you feel is the space for your healing, the space for surrender, the space for empathy, the space for compassion. I love you. I pray for you. I pray for your healing. I pray for your well-being. I pray for your joy. I pray for your power. I pray for your peace. I pray for your bliss. And I'll see you maybe sooner than later. If you like the video, please share it with someone you love. Please hit the subscribe button and please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you soon. Peace.